Hey folks, this is Kalani. With marksmanship being a little bit of a tender subject right now, let's have a look how Beastmastery is doing. So we can have a look at the talents and our stat priority and our rotations just to see what's changed. Now we can actually change between talents now depending on our fight. So if things are single target, we want to run with Dire Stable. Bear in mind that this first row is all kind of equal, but seeing as single target, Dire Frenzy does pull ahead just slightly over Stomp and Dire Beast, so we can't really use Way of the Cobra, so you're really stuck between Dire Stable and Big Game Hunter for single target. And then we'll also pick up Dire Frenzy, as well as Post Haste. Blink Strikes is now pretty much the go-to on this tier. Bestial Fury is ahead by just a teeny smidgen on single target, but if you ever have to move your pet, Blink Strikes suddenly become so much better because they can blink instead of having to move, so there's less DPS lost there. Then we'll also take Bounding Shot or whatever the hell you want on this crowd control tier, and then a Murder of Crows for single target still, and then we also have sort of a choice between Killer Cobra and Stampede. For pure single target, Killer Cobra, hands down. For anything where you have at least 2 targets for the duration of Stampede and you can guarantee they'll stay in Stampede, Stampede does pull ahead. So this is the typical single target rotation without really having to worry about any ads or anything, and that means obviously we get to play with Dire Frenzy, which is a little bit of a first. Now, we've got pretty much the exact same abilities and the same kind of rotation. Nothing really changed here, we just had a few tweaks to damage and to talent, so our rotation stays pretty much the same. You know, we keep Kill Command on cooldown, we keep Dire Frenzy on cooldown, we fill with Cobra Shot above 90 focus, give or take. We make sure we're using Titan's Thunder. Now, if you're using Dire Frenzy, it doesn't really matter when you use Titan's Thunder because the next Dire Frenzy will do the extra damage anyways. You don't have to make sure you use a Frenzy before it. If you're running Dire Beast and Stomp, because that's what you prefer, you will need to make sure you use a Dire Beast before Titan's Thunder goes out. That's how you get the most DPS out of that. And you just kind of go from there. So for single target, we're going to pop our cooldowns, which would be Bestial Wrath and Aspect of the Wild, pop those at the same time into a Murder of Crows, and then we'll Kill Command, get the pets going, and then we will Dire Frenzy and Titan's Thunder into our Killer Cobra rotation, where we're just Cobra Shot, Kill Command, Cobra Shot, Kill Command, and we'll hit things as they really come off cooldown. The only thing to note with Dire Frenzy is that it does stack on your pet as a buff, so if you get a proc and you wait until you can refresh that buff to its max duration, that might be worthwhile. Just make sure that you do not focus cap yourself with Dire Frenzy, because you're going to get all that focus in one clump instead of over time like you do with a Dire Beast. So, cooldowns, Murder of Crows, use those cooldowns straight into Killer Cobra. And just keep going from there. Make sure you're using your Dire Frenzy on cooldown whenever it comes up, then your Kill Command on cooldown, and then once again filling with that Cobra Shot. So we just wait, really, unless we get to that focus, and then we'll pop. We could have got a double stack there, but we would have focus capped, so it's going to be, you know, really dependent on how quickly you can react to these procs coming if you do get the procs, and then we make sure we don't focus cap there into another Bestial Wrath with Killer Cobra. Make sure to use your racials, you know, whenever you can. And overall, things haven't really changed a great deal. We just have a few more options. Now, if you're ever going to multi-target or you have an add to cleave, things change about a little bit more to what they were previously. So we'll take Stomp, we'll stick with Blink Strikes because we'll be using our Beast Cleave, and Blink Strikes is very good for Beast Cleave. Again, if you can make sure 2 targets stay in your Stampede, that's going to be your go-to. And that's pretty much it. If we get 4 targets, I believe it is, we can start playing with Volley, and Barrage is useful, but it's more useful on spread out cleave. So our rotation honestly doesn't look too different. It's pretty much the exact same thing, except obviously we're using Dire Beast, so we need to make sure we Titan's Thunder after Dire Beast on cooldown, Kill Command on cooldown, and we make sure we keep Beast Cleave up with Multi-Shot. So, use all our good cooldowns, and then we'll keep Beast Cleave up as much as possible. Stampede whenever the targets have decided to stop moving. You want to fill with multi-shot as well, if you've got the targets to do so. Usually about 3 targets you'll start using multi-shot. And that's pretty much how we multi-target. Now if you're in something like Mythic Plus and you've got a lot of targets for a lot of the time, if you've got 4+, I believe, you can literally just spam your multi-shot, and you don't really need to worry about kill command unless you have a haste buff such as Bloodlust, which allows you to keep Beast Cleave up and kill command and spam your multi-shot. So if your Beast Cleave ever really falls off, that's a damage loss compared to using kill command. So again, things haven't really changed on that front. We're playing pretty much the same, and just a few talents got buffed and changed, so we're using different talents. Which, you know, it's nice to see. It's nice to have a playstyle that you're used to not change and get turned on its head so much. Now, as for stat priority, once again that hasn't changed. We'll be going for Mastery, then Haste, then Crit, and then Versatility. So, that's pretty much how you're going to be playing your Beast Mastery Hunter. Again, things didn't really change, so that's nice to see. Nice to see the damage is also a little higher than it was, even if we're not really catching the ones above us. But I'm sure, honestly, we'll see some buffs in the coming week. I don't believe Blizzard would allow us to go into Nighthold with all 3 specs of Hunter being pretty much on the bottom. So, if you have any questions or queries, please leave them in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Remember to leave a like just below the video before you leave. If you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. But apart from that, thanks for watching, folks. Good luck and have fun, and as always, I will see you next time.